part 3. We had some technical difficulties and we're going to blame it on the heat and the humidity. I'm DJ Angie C. This is handsome boyfriend Dave. Welcome to the worst talk show. Dave is showing off his lovely Pride hat, as June is the month of Pride. Little San Francisco Giants.
Yes.
Hat, chapeau, if you will.
It is a shiny metallic logo in the front, which is a rainbow of girls. Inside, there's a rainbow hat band, and then a rainbow logo. I bet you wish you had this hat, people. It's a nice hat.
All right, here we go. Michael Maloney, Melanie Cousin, Vicky Salapande are all here. Sorry for the
Thank
false
you for
starts,
being patient,
everybody.
ladies and gentlemen.
There was just some technical difficulties. We have a jam-packed show tonight. Musician, powerhouse singer, Erica Mantone is in the house. She'll be joining us at 8 o'clock. She's got a new single. It's the second single out of this new project of hers, album, if you will. And she'll be on at 8. We're going to talk about the new label she's on, the music, who played on it. We're also going to talk the video. We have the video, people, so we will be playing that as well.
Nice.
Sarah Vola, hello. Oh, Bob Bojas, what?
Hey, Bob,
Hey,
Bob.
Bob.
How you doing? How you doing?
We would see Bob at every show
We're
ever.
hoping to see you soon, Bob.
Yeah, now that the shows are back.
Yes, sir.
Holly Cantor, hello. And
Hi, Holly.
as I said earlier, Vicky is here as well. It's funny, I had to pick up Dave. So, okay, we've been going since about 5 a.m., 5:30 this morning. I drove Dave into work, and then he took the
Just
team.
because she takes pity on me.
And
Because
then
I go,
yeah,
just like that.
He's been a bit of a hurting puppy because he's working on the roof, as you can tell by his lovely farmer's tan. That's
3
happening.
90-degree days in a row on the roof of a 12-story hospital.
Man, we are
with,
already
with an aluminum foil wall that I'm working on.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
So it's like,
He's a little
I
toasty.
feel a bit like a chicken nugget or something.
I got burnt to a crisp on small blotches on my body on Sunday with Nikki T at Devereaux.
Nikki T came by to go to the beach, people.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
You guys
It's
can come
a
by
thing.
too. You
Get
wanna
in
hit
touch with
Devereaux.
us.
Of course, you have to wear little beach shoes because there are so many rocks. And
What do you mean? What do you mean? Shoes made out of beets? That's weird.
No, like the little shoes so that your little piggies won't get hurt on the rocky sand.
It's a little bit rocky.
Also, we just had a basking shark on the other side of the causeway.
I'm kind of upset that
Devereaux.
nobody told me about this. I'm a big shark fan.
Yeah, I think it happened yesterday.
And, you know, a basking shark is maybe the second largest of the shark species.
Sean O'Brien's here.
And it is a filter feeder.
Yep.
It's very scary to look at. It's kind of black.
But I don't think
And
it
it swims with its mouth wide open.
doesn't particularly eat humans.
Like I said,
it?
it's a
Yeah.
filter feeder.
Jim
I would clog
Pericotti's
its filter.
here. Doug McCormick is here. What up, Doug? Doug's got some new digs. I've been digging on the pictures as well. The new art
Thanks, Doug.
studio looks pretty great. So like I said, Erica Mantone will be coming up at 8. We've got a ton of stuff.
Really a lot of stuff?
Yeah, we have a lot of recommendations
It's
on
not
what to
like-
watch.
It's not like we went to a movie screening last night or anything.
We went to the movies last night. Our first
For
movie
the first
screening
time in so long.
over a year at least.
And it felt like they saved up all the sound from all the movies we didn't get to go see in the theater.
It was
And then they smashed us in the face with it.
it was
it was
at Assembly
Possibly
Row.
the loudest movie I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was AMC at Assembly Row, and
It was in the Dolby
It was in
Theater.
the Dolby Theater, and boy, did they hit us with that Dolby surround
Oh
sound.
man, did they ever.
I mean, seriously, like we were shaking. It was
Bowel shaking
real
earthquakes of doubt
loud.
and remorse.
So we saw. I'm always, it's the hitman's girlfriend's bodyguard.
No, the hitman's wife's bodyguard.
The hitman's wife's bodyguard.
Yes, they're married.
Oh, okay.
How could you do that? That was like a sacred thing.
I don't think that's the name of it, though. Is it?
I think it is.
It's the one with Ryan Reynolds and Salma Hayek and Samuel Jackson.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be married to a totally psychotic Salma Hayek.
She's
really.
pretty psychotic in this movie.
And she
has some of
is
the
lovely.
most foul words coming out of her mouth.
I mean, she sounds more like Samuel L. Jackson than Samuel L. Jackson does. I mean, let's be honest, right?
Jerk Joe Burke is here.
Mama!
Yeah, there's a lot of mother effers in the movie. So
yeah, but they make up for it with like really, really, really cartoonish violence.
listen, the movie is hella obnoxious, but we kind of enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, we actually chuckled at it a few times.
It's so over the top.
There's a little bit of inside baseball too.
Yeah, we caught a Star Wars line and we caught a Pulp Fiction line.
Yep.
So there's probably more Easter eggs in there.
If we were paying better attention.
Yeah, the stunts are so over the top and they're just never ending. And of course, you can actually spot all the stunt doubles. Like they really didn't care.
I don't think they cared really. It was like,
I don't
oh
think
my God.
realism was top of the list.
But wait a minute, where did they shoot most of it? Like it was all over Italy.
I've been obsessed
Holy
with the
cow.
Amalfi Coast and Positano and Portofino, and it was all in there.
In Gumazigama?
So I would say if you're looking to beat the heat and you want something silly, this is a movie to go see on the big screen. If you're thinking about going to the movies this weekend, it does open this weekend. I don't want to tell you everybody that's in the movie because there are some surprises.
It's so understated.
It's not even remotely understated. It's so, as Dave would say, overly over. Bob Tarazzi is here. It is not a think piece. It is an action-packed, silly, ridiculous, there's kind of a plot movie. But Ryan Reynolds, Dave has a very soft spot in his heart for Ryan Reynolds. And who doesn't love Salma Hayek and her girls?
Well, I have a hard spot for Salma Hayek.
Yeah. So it's not going to win any awards except maybe a Razzie, but we had a really good time.
And we actually give it a kind of a.
It's sort of like a, if it's really hot or humid and you need to beat the heat, go see this movie. Not that bad. What's it called again? Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
I believe so.
Really thought it was the Hitman's Girlfriend's Bodyguard. I'm sorry, I wrote it down like.
Are you
17 times.
Are you projecting onto this movie? Is
No,
there something you want to talk to me about?
I am not. But we do recommend it. So there you go. And Bob hitting up the Venmo tip jar already.
Bob who? Tarasi?
We love you.
That
I don't
guy.
know. It just is Bob. I don't know if it's
Bob.
Tarasi or Bogus. We'll find out
Oh,
later.
geez. Wait a minute.
But anyway, it's there. Thank you. I do want to make mention of the fact that we went out to dinner last night and we went to the movies, both without masks. And it felt so normal. I had to remind myself that it wasn't. And I felt like I deleted 2020 out of my brain like a proper trauma PTSD victim.
Folks.
Yeah.
My
All
man.
right, Bob. Thank you. Thank you for hitting.
Thank
the
you very
tip
much,
jar.
sir.
Very nice. And I'm curious as to what you guys think. Have you gone out without masks in these places? And do you forget that the world was on fire just a year ago? Like, are we all, I think we all do have PTSD, but are we all going to pretend like it didn't happen? Because I felt like that's what we were doing last night.
What happened?
2020, the dumpster fire, the
What do you mean? What do
pandemic,
you mean?
all of it.
What pandemic?
All right. Anyway, I'm curious as to what you guys thought about that. So lots to get to recommendation wise, besides the movie we saw last night that opens this weekend. Tooting our own horn.
You know what I recommend?
What?
Going to get some of those wings. I mean, we'll talk about it later.
Oh yeah, we did. We went to the smoke shop and Andy Husbands has cornered the market on delicious barbecue wings.
Wings that taste like
The
candy.
agave wings are chef's kiss, which I know you hate that I do.
I don't.
Sean O'Brien says, I'm still pretty cautious. Okay, Sean, I thought I would be too, and I'm not. And I'm a little horrified by that. Holly Cantor, I have no problem being out and about without a mask, except on the tee.
They don't let you go on the tee
Right.
without a mask,
Yeah.
Holly. Don't act like it's your choice.
And I went into Whole Foods the other day. Masks are optional, but almost everybody was wearing them, so I put mine on.
Shh, shh. Lewis Warren's watching.
Hey, Lewis Warren, glad you're here. So the Pose finale, I don't know how many of you guys watch Pose, but it's the end of the series. You're going to need a whole box of Kleenex. I thoroughly enjoy the show. If you're looking for something to binge, especially during Pride Month, it's just love. It's all about love. It's about the ballrooms of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the trans community, that's where they found their people, where they found their family.
Yep.
And it's just, there's, you know, of course, the AIDS epidemic is happening in the middle of it. But there's a lot of laughs, there's a lot of love, and, you know, openly weeping when I watched it as well. But I highly, highly recommend Pose. It's on FX. Bobo just says, I still have to wear a mask at work, and every day this week I've gotten out of my car and halfway into the building without a mask. I was on the Cape over the weekend and hardly wore a mask at all. Yeah, we're sort of in this weird transitionary period, and I really, is it wrong that I want people to like show their vaccination card before shows? Am I wrong?
Well, I don't think it's that
I
wrong.
heard they're doing that in New York City.
Here's something that I think is going to happen, all right?
Yes.
I don't want to get too serious, but at some point, there's going to be a flare-up, all right? It's going to happen,
Yeah.
okay? And, you know, because right now we have I'm hearing like some of the guys I work with are a little they're right-wing guys.
Construction workers?
It's strange, right?
Totally.
Because they're usually so thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, man, we didn't even have to wear masks, man. Now the lies are coming out. You know, they told us we had to wear masks, and we didn't have to wear masks all the time. And then the kids.
You know, Sam and Bob both agree with the fact that I feel like we should card people for their vaccination cards, because people cannot be trusted. That's what got us in this mess in the first place. Really.
I'm a people. I can't be trusted.
So who watched Sweet Tooth this weekend? It's on Netflix. It's based on a comic. It's produced by Robert Downey Jr. and his wife, which was like, they hit you over the head with that little fun fact.
I was not aware that Sweet Tooth was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't either. And it's about, oh, look, a plague comes to the world.
Yep.
And at the same time, a bunch of hybrid babies. And when we say hybrid, we mean half
part human
and part animal.
Deer, or there was a porcupine baby.
Yeah, there were lots of different hybrids.
Like a kitten baby.
And nobody knew which came first, the virus or the hybrids.
Or the hybrids.
But the hybrids are being hunted down.
Yes.
And there's one whose nickname is Sweet Tooth, and that's where our story begins.
His father takes him away to the forest.
And who played by SNL Will Forte? Was he on
Will
SNL?
Forte. Yes, he was. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Who's great in it. We only got to watch one episode.
Pretty heartfelt, dude.
We're totally into it. Are you guys into it? Let me know. Sweet Tooth on Netflix. So everybody that I know that from LA that works in the business has been screaming up a blue streak about the new comedy special by Bo Burnham that is on Netflix. So I said, I was like, honey, everybody's talking about it. Patton Oswalt's talking about it. Tim Amundsen and his wife are talking about it.
It's gotta be good, man.
My feed over and over again. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let me tell you something. I do not like songs as a comedy delivery system. This entire special is him singing, and I couldn't hang 20 minutes in.
Yes, it is mostly singing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it doesn't make it less brilliant.
It is brilliant.
It's really sharp.
I just have no tolerance for that kind of thing. I don't know what it is. Like, if I want to listen to people singing to make me laugh, I'll go to Spamalot. Like, I just don't care. It's not enjoyable to keep. I mean, the songs are funny. He's brilliantly funny in what he's lampooning and making fun of.
Yeah.
I could not hang. I couldn't do it. Anybody else? Hey, Angel's here. She's asking if he has a puppet. I do not believe there's a puppet.
There are no puppets involved so far. But we can hope, right?
Yeah, I had 20 minutes and I shut it off. I'm like, honey, I can't do this. So
no, it's like, there's like a darkness to it. There's
producer Ethan Tachi says, I respect Bo, but his methods just never worked for me. I'm with you on that. I don't know.
Yeah, but did you watch it, Ethan? Did you watch any of it?
I couldn't get through it. Sorry. Bum, bum, bum. So at least, you know, if you like your you know, comedy delivered via song and possibly dance, then the new Bo Burnham special is brilliant and for you. Lewis, also, are you also a no on Flight of the Conchords?
Let me tell you.
I think they're hilarious, but no, I have not watched a lot of episodes at all.
She's not big into Brit and Jermaine.
I like Jermaine.
Hello, boys.
Yeah, Bob Vocious. Nope, hard nope. Jim Pericotti, if you think a comedian with a puppet is funny, try a wedding reception with a puppet. A no thank you.
Yeah, but the weird thing was that the bride was the puppet. That's the weird part of it.
Okay, we continue to love and worship Hacks on HBO. Jean Smart is a national treasure. I can't say enough good things about the show. If you're not watching it yet, get on it. What else did we watch? Did we just like pilfer through everybody?
We just started the second. Oh, we haven't. We watched the last episode of the first season of War of the Worlds,
which is on Epix.
And it's like a thing this week, right? We have technical difficulties.
No,
your work phone, trying to get Epix on the TV.
Yeah, we got it. It just showed up a day later than the
well, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
We'll watch it probably tonight after the show, maybe.
No,
Bruins
are on.
Speaking of shows that just came out, Loki is now available on Disney Plus.
We just watched it.
Hiddleston, it's a series. We watched the first episode, it's very well done. Marvel has not disappointed us yet with the television.
It's quirky.
Yes, I mean,
better
it's Loki.
than
He's the god of mischief.
Right, but it's a quirky premise that I had no idea about, and they took it and they ran with it, and it's really cool.
It opens up, if we all remember in the last Avengers movie, Loki sort of changed his fate and his timeline because the Tesseract got out and landed by his foot.
So he grabbed it and he,
that actually is the opening scene of the TV show, which is pretty great.
So they show all the Avengers in the beginning of the show.
War of the Worlds is worth getting into, Lewis.
It's not really a feel-good show.
Well, Gabriel Byrne, I mean, I'll always watch him on film.
Gabriel Byrne, much of it is in French.
I think it's a little bit of everything.
There's a lot. It's London and Paris and the Alps a bit, right?
Yeah. So you do have to. I mean, there's subtitles, but it makes it cool. It's English speaking as well, and it's got an interesting premise. It definitely already blows the Tom Cruise movie out of the water because that thing was really bad. Loki Charms out now. So we're thinking yes on Loki. Oh, Vicky has hit up the Venmo TikTok. Vicky I also wanted to talk about a little information I found out yesterday. Now, you've heard us do lines from So I Married an Axe Murderer. You know how much we love this movie. You know how much we love Mike Myers in all the characters in this movie.
Shut it!
It has been released that Mike Myers is going to be doing at least 7 different characters in a show that's called The Pentaveret.
Oh my God.
As soon as I saw that it's called The Pentaveret, it's about a secret society who rules and shapes the world, I was like, oh my God, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, and Colonel Sanders before he went tits up.
Don't forget about the Queen.
I cannot believe this is actually happening. I'm pretty sure it's Netflix and they're just throwing money at everybody, and I could not be happier. I'm very excited about that. Mike Myers bringing back the So I Married an Axe Murderer characters, and I'm here for it.
Yes, it's what I was born to watch.
When I lived in LA, and of course we'll live in LA again, fingers crossed, someday, I would drive by the Getty Museum on the 405 a lot, and every single time I drove by it, I was like, the Gettys, the Rothschilds. And then, of course, the best line in the movie, well, there's a lot of good lines, but Piper down! We've got a Piper down!
Oh, you abandoned the thing.
What?
You abandoned the accent.
Okay, go ahead, say it.
No, I thought you were going to go for it.
Not
frankly,
for that.
I'm a bit disappointed.
Okay, well, should we turn the
We got a Piper down! I just pissed! Sorry.
With his wee beady eyes.
Oh, you will eat my chicken, yeah.
And then, of course, heat, move.
All right, that's enough.
It's like an orange on a toothpick. It's got its own weather system. Go cry yourself to sleep on your big pillow.
Huge.
So in 7 minutes, we have Miss Erica Mantone.
Oh my
showing
God,
up.
7 minutes?
I know, right?
It's like almost like 4 minutes of the beginning of the show was gone.
Erica Mantone will be joining us. She's got a new single out, and we've got the video for it. We're going to talk all about the music.
So I heard she does a little singing.
And she's on a new record label that we need to talk about. There's a bunch of new local labels that are just cranking stuff out. We're very excited about that. Anything else going on that we've watched and I forgot to write down? Like
Yes.
I said, we've been going since 5:30 this morning.
Many
We're
things.
a little toasty, a little crispy today.
Many things.
Go ahead, tell us.
I can't recall one of them.
Well, you did watch the Bruins. You've been
Yes.
watching the Bruins in replay more than you have live.
Well, I'm too tired at the end of the day. I tend to go nights and wake up the next day and watch it.
That is true.
Yes.
But I'm very proud of you. You've been working really hard up on a roof in this heat.
3
It's
days in a row. It's
no
unbelievable.
bueno.
It's quite a streak, people.
We did watch our executive producer, Ethan, who's been running the show since Kevin Tachi abandoned us. Not really, but he has other things to do. Ethan Tachi, no relation, which again, shocking, showed us his final thesis, if you will, for his animation and art degree.
What about my art?
We loved it, and I'm going to post a link for it if we can. Is that all right, Ethan? At the end of the show.
Yeah.
Right. I love, I was really impressed. This is a college final project. It's animated, it's whimsical, it's got great music,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also wicked artsy and whatnot. So
Yeah. I mean, it's kinetic. Like it's like
It is
it's got
kinetic.
like jazzy. It's got like
yeah,
it's got energy, kid.
we're just very proud of our Ethan,
He's a good little boy. We love him.
and we're gonna play that as well. What else is going on with everybody? Oh, look, Ethan just posted the link for your
Man.
viewing pleasure.
He's on the spot. He's ready.
Just copy it and paste it. And
I
watch
just
it
happen to
later.
have the link here.
Let's not drive traffic away from the show, Ethan. That's
Thanks, pal.
All right. We could talk about food right now since we're gonna be on with Erica, and we'll probably just stay on with her for the rest of the show.
Unless she wants to talk about
Well,
food.
I mean, we went to the smoke shop, and again, we've only been to a restaurant. We've only been to 2 restaurants. We've been to Kodo a few times, and we went again the other night because
Graduation time.
Colin graduated.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Praise the Lord.
And as we told you earlier, he is committed to the U.S. Army.
Oh, he is.
He's going to basic training in Oklahoma, July 6th. Yeah.
It's going to
So-
be hot
Yep. Very hot.
and flat.
So
Did I
we're,
mention hot?
now we're parents and step parents of 2 military boys.
That's true.
Crazy. Did not see that coming. Got to
It's
tell you.
true.
Where is the smoke shop? There are a few of them, but the one we went to last night is at Assembly. It's all the way on the other side of Assembly Row, near the new T stop.
Right.
And
And it's
Mass General.
right next to Cafe Nero behind it.
So
They're in line with each other.
I've been friendly with Andy Husbands, who is the owner and barbecue pit master of the smoke shop. Andy's a huge music fan. We always run into him at the Boston's Throwdown every year as well.
He never brings barbecue with him, though.
That's not true. He brings barbecue to the band all the time.
So you're
actually.
saying I have to get into the Boston
So,
somehow?
there's always that thing when you go into their restaurant, like, should we name drop and say that we know somebody? Well, we don't really do that anymore. We
Oh,
try
man.
not to anyway. So
What a
last night we
day.
did not. And let me tell you something. I was so impressed at the staff and how well they treated us. And even like took stuff back and took the spicy stuff off.
No.
You.
They didn't take stuff back.
Oh, they
I
brought
never
more
send food
stuff.
back.
Okay.
Do I look like I send food back? Okay.
No.
They actually, I ordered the brisket for my honey.
Yeah, I was on the way there. He was meeting me. It was a surprise. He's like, meet me at the smoke shop. I was like, what?
Yeah, and there are like some wings waiting for you. Guys, smoked barbecue wings.
They're called agave wings. They're lovingly brushed with agave syrup.
And it when you crack into a creme brulee, like that first bite, it cracks a little bit because there's like a sugar coating on the outside of these things. and it's unbelievable.
I mean, I could only eat 3 of them, and the brisket,
Oh,
I had half a
my
piece of brisket.
Lord.
But if you're looking for some good Q and you're in the area, the smoke shop is the way to go.
Yeah.
Erica is in the green room. We're very excited.
Where is she? I can't see her.
She'll be up and Adam in just a minute. We have 2 minutes before she shows up. Bob Voges says 3 of my students who graduated high school last week are going into the Army.
There you go.
It's interesting, at Marblehead High School, they had everybody who was joining the armed forces stand up, and there were only 4 kids.
Out of the
Which
whole
I
class.
thought out of the whole class, it was like at least 250 people.
Mhm.
I also talked about on social media that when the seniors graduate on Friday, that Monday, all the girls that are juniors going into seniors decide to get up at like 4 in the morning, and they get in their cars and they beep and drive around Marblehead and wake everybody up because they're seniors and this is their senior year. And Kendall has been looking forward to it for 4 years. And nobody got arrested, so that was great. But it was really cute, and they all took big pictures and whatnot.
Big.
Mark Finney is
deal.
here. Finn, we have a very important
Oh,
question to ask you
may I?
because you've won a prize from us.
Right. And we haven't done any follow-up,
Yeah,
and we haven't seen you around.
yeah, we need to meet up with you to give you said prize.
Here's the deal.
You have a choice between 2 things.
3 things.
3 things.
Yes.
Okay.
I do 3. What do I say?
All right. We only have a minute, so get to it.
So what's your favorite? Space 1999, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or OG Battlestar Galactica?
No pressure, but you do have to answer us
By
right now. No. Just direct message me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever.
Or right now. I don't know.
And we will meet up and present you with your lovely gift. So it's out of those 3. No pressure.
No pressure.
Trying to make a decision sooner than later. All right, let's bring our guest on from the green room.
I still don't see her.
The amazing Erica Mantone.
Hey! Hola, chica.
She's
¿Cómo
there,
estás?
and she's beautiful.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. Good, how are you?
Welcome.
Thanks for
I'm well.
Won't lie, this is the first time I've even watched this show. I'm not gonna lie, sorry.
No, don't lie at all.
Oh, no,
That's
wait a
okay.
minute. Ethan, cut it. Cut it, Ethan.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
A lot
No,
of
I was one of those
Listen.
pandemic people that wanted like nothing to do with any of the online, like, let's keep it moving thing. I was like, we're not.
I totally understand. It's not for everybody. So thank you so much for joining us. We are honored and humbled.
And humbly honored.
And that you did your hair so nice and pretty for the show too. So thank you. It looks
I
gorgeous.
didn't, but thank you.
She just got out of bed, Angie.
Well,
Come on now.
I certainly
just
did
kidding.
not wash it today. I will say that.
that's
Well, it
the
always
best
looks
thing.
better.
The best thing
It
for
always
hair
looks
is
better.
to not wash the hair.
When I don't wash my hair, it always looks better.
That's not true at all. But dry shampoo is your friend. You may want to.
I've never used it.
Oh, Stacy Lines is there. What?
No, sir.
Man,
She's
you're
here for
bringing-
you.
You're bringing all the cool kids here. Maddie
Yeah,
McLaughlin.
where you
here.
been, Stacy?
Lady Soul, Miss Mantone. We so let's talk about we have the video to play, which will play, as we're sort of wrapping up our conversation, because I want everybody to pay close attention to that. The new song is called Undone, but this is actually the second single, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, is there an album? Is there an album name yet? Is the album sort of, in process?
Yes. So you may or may not recall a couple years ago, I did a Kickstarter with the intention of raising funds to do a full EP. So that has been in the works since then. And I'm working with Dan Nicklin and Nate Levitt at Henley Row. And we're trying to get the EP done. But since, there's this like weird thing that happened this past year, no big deal. So it sort of came down to like, let's try to keep doing what we can when we can. So I just started releasing a couple singles. But now I have the 2 singles out. I'm going to release the full EP. There's some debatable argument. My goal is to do it by the end of August, early September. And it will be a 6-song EP. So there's going to be 4 more songs you've never even heard. And my plan is to call it I May Have Asked for This.
Now, Undone has sort of an Americana vibe. And I have to ask, is it lap steel? guitar?
No.
Really?
Oh, that's just Nate being magical.
Yeah, it's very magical. I totally dig it. So Nate is on the record. Megan Tracy as well.
Yeah, Megan's playing keys. She played keys on both songs. Eric Donahue, who you may know as well, as part of the Megan Tracy Donahue clan, plays bass. And Ned Gallagher, once a Somerville townie, now a Portland townie, played drums on it. And then Matt Odebashian, who's based, I think, primarily in Providence, which is weird because I actually know him from back in the day, but then Dan knew him separately. So Dan had him come and play organ on it. And I would be remiss to say that Dan Nicklin is the magical shaker.
Yeah. Can we talk about Dan and the birth of Henley Rowe and when all that started just a little bit? Because I don't want to not talk about it, because it's really, all of a sudden I started seeing Henley Rowe in my feed like crazy. And I was like, what is this magic? What's going on? So.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing this forever. I mean, the first time I met Dan was, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago when they were doing an Old Jack album, and me and Kelly, and who was his old backup singer, and then Jess Collins, actually, we all sang backing up on a couple songs, and it was at his studio then. And I think he was starting to call it Henley Rowe. And then, you know, I think just momentum in the last few years has gained over the amount of people who are coming out of that studio, because Lonely Lisa and the Lost Cowboys recorded their album there too. And then it's just, you know, he still occasionally works with like Will Daly, and, you know, he's doing, and then through Lisa, Chad Raleigh started doing Ringtail stuff. And now they have, you know, Dan is one of those amazingly creative people, like mind-blowingly creative, but like as soon as he gets an idea, he's like, okay, I'm gonna get my hand in that one and that one and that one and that one and that one. So like he has all of these massive projects and ideas in the works all the time.
Well, that's awesome. We love to hear that.
Yeah, and that's sort of how the whole Henley Rowe All-Star thing was birthed, is because he was working with all of these people, and these are like his go-to people that he wants to be a part of everything he does. So, well,
I love that. It sounds like it sort of happened very organically as well. So it's not like a calculated, we're just here to make money kind of a thing at all. So that's awesome.
I think that would occur.
Yeah.
We're like the middle-aged musicians. We don't think about the money anymore. It's just love it.
I also don't want to forget that Erica her music is up on all platforms. So wherever you stream your music, as well as, is it Bandcamp, or where can they actually purchase?
Yeah, I know on Bandcamp for the money stuff. I mean,
okay. Also, was it mixed by Brian Charles? Did I see his name on that as well?
Brian mastered it.
Oh, mastered it. I'm sorry. Yeah. It was an M word, and somebody else mixed it, but I didn't recognize their name. But I love that Brian, I've always loved Brian Charles' work too. So it was nice to see all these sort of familiar, but didn't necessarily think it was going to be on your record. It was kind of a surprise with some of them. And Maddie McLaughlin just mentioned that one of the people on this record is a Helicopter alum.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is, but Maddie, you got to tell us. Helicopter was a band that Julie Chadwick and Chris Zerbe were in. So, and they were originally here, and then we're out on the West Coast.
That Nate?
I don't know. Maybe it was Nate. It could have been Nate. It's been so
Nate,
long.
Eric or Ned. I feel like those are the only 3 possibilities.
Yeah. It's Ned. Angel says it's Ned. Okay, yeah. There you go. So it's a very full circle thing, which is nice. Where did this song come from? Have you been sitting on it for a while? Is it something that like you start and then go back to, or was it something that was sort of birthed, from the dumpster fire of 2020?
No, actually I wrote this three years ago, actually, to be exact. And the advent of knowing I was going to start writing my original, it was sort of like me and Dan and Nate had all kind of mutually agreed to kind of slowly start building songs together. I hate to say I'm not a musician. I'm a musician. I don't proficiently play an instrument enough to write my own music in that capacity. I can, chunk my way through a keyboard at best, but I guess it was just sort of like, I'm trying to start thinking about songs to write. And this one came up you know, I was definitely in a personal situation. I'm just gonna nebulously leave it at that. But
I'm not trying to pull any tea out of you.
no,
I
it's
promise.
fine. But I remember it because it happened when I was walking. It was at my old job, and I worked near a pond, and I would walk around the pond a couple times a day just to get out of there. And that's why that line, like water lapping over peacefully and sober, it was because there was a big puddle. You know how like when cars run through a puddle and there's water on one side and water on the other, and it just kind of go.
Oh, nice.
That's where it came from. So I don't know, the melody just kind of all came to me, and then actually Megan helped me plot it out, and then Nate and Dan Frankensteined it into what it is now.
So it's a total like family vibe. It's a group effort and everybody has a little piece. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've been hogging up the conversation.
No,
Are
please.
you good?
Yeah,
I just like to gush over Erica. And
I'm actually, I'm listening.
okay,
I'm just,
you're just soaking it all in.
I like
yes.
your hat, pal.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. It's for Pride Month.
I know. I'm
You
into it.
actually, yeah, you bought that a couple of years ago, didn't you?
No,
Was it last year?
this past year.
Yeah.
I had a couple bucks and I was like, I'm getting hats.
And for any of our viewers that are sort of hearing about you for the first time, obviously we're going to play the music video so everybody can hear you in a few minutes. But you may have heard Erica already on other songs and other bands. Buffalo Tom's last album.
I was waiting when that was coming up. I was like,
Cat-
oh my God, Buffalo Tom.
Cat B Mouse. You're on a couple different tracks, but that one is so like near and dear to our heart. And you're such a powerhouse, and your vocals on that are just phenomenal. Can you talk about some of the other bands that you've hopped on tracks with? Because I know if you go to your site, you have like a whole like Spotify playlist. So I don't want to hit everybody, obviously, but
I'm so bad at remembering all the time too. I know Parlor Bells for sure. I love working with those guys. I'm on a Will Dailey song, I think, in his last album. I know I went in to record. I don't know if I made the cut or not, but I think I did.
Cutting more stuff.
I believe Ed V said I did, so I'm gonna trust him. And let's see who else. I did a few sessions this year. I did some stuff for Dino. I've done a couple songs for Dino Catania. I did this one session. I'm just gonna tell you this because it's trippy as hell. I went on this one session a few years ago for this guy named Lawrence Trailer. He's not based in Boston anymore. He was here for a hot minute and then he moved down. I think he's down in Florida now. But I did this session and with him, Dave Norton was there, Joe McMahon was there, and this producer guy is this nice looking dude, and he's like, "Do you know how to sing harmonies?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." He just like kind of threw me in the studio. Well, it turns out this producer, his name is David Klaus, and he's like a Grammy Award winning producer in Nashville. Like he works with like Shakira and what's that jerk band? The Civil War band, not the Civil Wars, but the band.
Antebellum.
Yeah.
Lady Antebellum.
Sorry, Lady A now.
That always puzzled me. I'm like, you know that your band name is pre-Civil War? Like that's actually what it's referring to. You know,
when the South was good.
Yeah. When that band first came out, I remember myself and Michelle Lewis, who is Kay Hanley's writing partner, we were both like, isn't that racist?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, no, it's not a big thing. I'm like, I kind of think it is. So yeah, but anyway, so this producer, obviously a very big deal.
Yeah, that was like I was like, oh, thanks. We're friends on Instagram now. No big deal, whatever.
What? Very nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I've done a bunch of local bands, and some people I've heard of and some people I haven't. And I, that's one of the things I love about Sessions, Mark, is that they hire you and you say, go sing this, and then you just do it.
Question. I have a question.
Please.
Yes, sir.
How do they come, like, how do they get in touch with you? How do they, like, is it a word of mouth thing? Is it through people you've worked with before? That kind of thing? How exactly do you get gigs singing on people's stuff?
Yeah, I think at this point it's predominantly like a word of mouth thing. The last session, one of the last few sessions I've done, it was like Joel Edinburgh, who works at Q Division, had me come in because he said he wanted B-52-esque vocals. So you know, obviously a lot of people at Q know me, but then I'm also in Bikini Whale as, you know, the Kate Pearson person. So
The Kate
The Kate Pearson person.
Kate Pearson
Um,
person.
And Bikini Whale did happen to play my 50th birthday party.
Oh my God.
With amazing pleasure. That was so fun.
Oh my God. And the people that you had dancing that don't normally dance to anything was just, you know, a testament to how brilliant you guys are as a band as well. So let's talk about the video. First of all, gorgeous. You look gorgeous. And the shimmery dress situation with the makeup. I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
getting very girly on everybody here for a minute, but like,
It's allowed. It's allowed.
let's talk about that video.
Okay. So first of all, I bought that dress a few years ago for Megan Tracy's wedding. And then I was like, I'm wearing it. It's glam. And then I was like, it's too much. So I had to.
Not too much.
So I've been sitting on this full length. That dress is full length, by the way. I've been sitting on that full length dress for like 3 years now. And Maya Landy did my hair and makeup. I will say that the hair extensions came courtesy of Jen Thompson from about 6 years ago when we were.
Isn't Jen Thompson also your wig wrangler for Bikini?
Yeah. I mean, she's one of my best friends, but yes, she
Well,
is.
obviously,
Amongst other
yes.
things.
But she does have quite a collection, does she not? Yeah.
She does all the hair things I've ever done is pretty much because of her. And Jenny Bergman is basically, I mean, everything goes to her. The credit all goes to her. I was very, very reticent to do this video. I didn't want to. But I was one of those things where everyone's like, no, you have to do a video. People always do videos. This is
Right. Well, I mean, in the biz, it was called an EPK, right? So it's an electronic press kit, essentially.
Yeah.
So, but it is, you know, visually, you know, people respond to visuals more than audio anyway. So it makes perfect sense to promote it. However, you're sort of bearing your soul in more ways than one when you're putting yourself on camera.
Right.
So I could see why that
So
might be
yeah, I mean, the whole idea of like having to look at myself on camera and having to go through the process and honestly having to spend the money, I was just like, meh, you know, that's very, it was hard. It was a hard sell. And Jenny, at one point I think I was crying on the phone to her about how anxious I was. And then Jenny was like, I got this. And I was like,
she did. It's
yeah,
a gorgeous video.
Kelly Davidson was there as a PD and she was just, and also got me whiskey, which was much needed.
So a lot of ladies on this video.
Yeah, it was
production.
just it was a four of it. It was me and Maya and Jenny and Kelly, and it was so fun. It was honestly like just one of the best days I had had in a couple of years. I felt comfortable. I felt more confident than I had felt in seriously years. And it was like just a fun experience.
Well,
That's
it
nice.
totally shows. Did you, and as far as like, was there like storyboards and a concept, or was it just all Jenny and sort of her
That was all
vision?
Jenny. Jenny was like, she kept referencing like late 70s, early 80s Sheena Easton. She was just like, I just want, you know, like, or like, you know, when you watch, it always made me think of I remember watching Crystal Gale on Solid Gold.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that, the sort of like soft lighting and the cheesy, crappy lip syncing and like the over the top acting of the video and the, you know, the goal. And then I was like, and it just with the hair and the makeup for me, it was also very Loretta Lynn kind of vibe too. And
Yeah. I mean, it's glamorous, but it's also really down to earth in a weird way. You know what I mean? It's
kind of me, right? In a nutshell.
Yeah, that is true. So before we introduce the video, are you playing soon? Where can people come see you? What's going on now that everybody's sort of getting back out there?
Yeah, nope. Got nothing.
Wow, that was quick. All right, that's the show, ladies
All
and
right,
gentlemen.
well, if there are any bookers in the audience.
We said
You know,
bookers.
I don't have anything booked yet. I mean, I'm gonna do like a big old EP release when this monster comes out for sure. So hopefully in the early fall, that will be the thing. In the meantime, yes, I'm fully available for all session work and gigs.
Excellent. Well, you heard it here first. So hire this lady, por favor.
She can sing.
It's also gonna piss off Dan because he hates when I do session work.
Well, if we can.
You're a singer now. You're a soloist.
Nicklin.
I know.
Dan is the nicest guy in the world. He won't stay mad for long.
No, it's true.
Right. All right. So we hope to see you soon, you know, in person so we can hug it out anyway.
Somewhere.
But also We need to,
at some show.
I need to hear your powerhouse voice in person, like sooner than later. So let's
Come
make
to the
sure
lake
that
house.
happens. What?
Come down to the lake house.
There's a lake house?
I live on a lake now. I live by
You
my-
do?
Yeah, I
What?
live like, in this tiny little cabin on a lake by myself with my dog.
All right, we'll come. Twist our arm.
Where
We'll
are
be
you, in
there.
Montana?
Yeah, where are you?
I'm in Plainville. It's next to, it's like 10
Oh, it's next to Fancyville.
Oh, well, you're ridiculous. All right, so please, everybody enjoy this video. The song is called Undone. It's from the forthcoming EP, possibly to be named. You asked for this?
I may have asked for this.
I
might
may
for
have
this.
asked for this.
Mm.
Erica Mantone, thank you. We love you.
Thank you for being
Thank
on
you
with
guys
us.
so much. It was so good to see you. I miss you so much.
I know, we miss you too. All right, Ethan, put that video on.
Seems as if we're
Crystal Gale vibes now.
I was waiting for the interpretive dance.
He was right. It was very solid gold. Jenny Bergman, Kelly Davidson, Maya Landy. Nice job. Erica Mantone, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you go on whatever your streaming platform of choice is and buy that little tune, Undone. The guitar in that is spectacular, by the way. Nice job, Nate. And check out Henley Row Records. There's a lot of great stuff. They just had a little record release sort of online party and with all their different acts that are on the label, and they've got some very, very cool artists on there. Sean O'Brien says he loves it. Great stuff. Bob loves it. Holly, everybody's saying
Stacey.
It's great. Stacy, yep. Erica, we love you so much.
Yep,
And
sounds great.
I totally want that dress. You're gonna need to find a dress very similar for
I'm
me,
still pulling for
Um,
the solid gold dancers to be
yeah.
somehow involved with this video.
We just love Erica so much, and she's such a powerhouse. And the next time she performs, just drop whatever you're doing and go.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you again, Erica, and of course Henley Row Records as well. We're honored and humbled. So that's gonna do it for us, I think, this week. And thank you, whether you're sitting in air conditioning or not. We know that everybody's a sweaty Betty. If you had told me a year ago I'd be wearing a tank top on our television show, I would have laughed you right out of the room. But it's hot, and you know,
If I
the guns. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
no, nothing.
Nothing?
I've got nothing.
You've got nothing?
I've got nothing.
We're so tired. Oh my God. We love you guys. Thanks everybody who hit up the Venmo during the show. That was like very exciting. I was
Thank
like,
you.
yay. It definitely helps with underwriting for us because we poe. We poe. And you can
I
watch.
gotta stay in hats somehow, people. You know what I'm
the finished-
saying?
You are all part of this show. The finished episode 45 will be up on our Facebook page this weekend. You can also catch it on your local cable access television station. So if you don't see the Worst Talk Show on your local cable station, call your local cable provider and request it. The Worst Talk Show. Thank you guys so much. We love you. We will see you next week, and we'll see some of you at a little shindig this weekend. And get ready for the hugs because they're coming.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Bringing it in. Hey, listen, I can't guarantee I won't break a couple ribs. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's so much love.
And we can't wait to see all of you guys in person. Thank you. Good night. We love you. Mwah.